Hey guys, welcome back to Ticket 2 of episode 14 of the Tolan Ticket. We're here at live
from Tango Said Cantina in Power Line District at approximately 8 o'clock on a Friday night.
Kansas City, Missouri. What we're talking about in this ticket, we're going to be talking about starts and sits for week 1. It's probably the most vital information you're going to listen to of any ticket today.
Correct.
And the big thing here, though, I'm going to preface it by saying the obvious guys you picked in the first, second round, these are not the obvious starts and sits. These are guys that have advantageous weeks ahead of them, and if you have a question mark between a guy on the edge and then a guy below him, well, we'll give you reasons to start the guy below him.
Many flex options right through here. So
flex options, quarterbacks on the brink, guys that you're just kind of uncertain of. We're going to have Justin started off by reading his starts for the week, and then I'll read mine, and so forth and so on.
My first must start, I'm going to have to go with Matt Ryan of the Falcons. Obviously, they're playing the Saints. That defense is atrocious. I know they had lots of upgrades, but at the same time, later on this season, I foresee them gelling. But the first 3 or 4 games, I think that Saints defense is going to be pretty bad.
Matty Ice.
Until they figure out how to do it. Obviously, all his wide receivers are healthy, so expect a huge payday on that. Don't have that quarterback tandem with the tight end. Tony Gonzalez is gone.
Yep.
I don't know. I just think they're just going against an awful defense. And week 1, that's what you really want to look at is who they're playing.
We'll talk about that defense thing later. So, I like the Saints.
My next start, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Pierre Thomas. I'm anticipating him having a huge game. He's finally the go-to guy. Him and Mark Ingram kind of splitting the carries. You got the sophomore Robinson as well.
Robinson.
Again, like I said, I feel Drew Brees is going to light up the freaking scoreboard this year.
Boom.
Tom Brady's touchdown records is in jeopardy. And whoever has the passing yards.
Manning got the record last year.
Manning got that, and whoever has the passing yards record, probably Marino, who knows. Watch out for that. 5,000's on its way. Again, going against the Atlanta defense is not very good as well. So,
where do we start here, though? I'm going to cut you off really quick.
Sure.
Let's start with number 2 running back or flex. What do you think?
He's total flex. I mean, obviously, if he's on your bench, you're going to want to probably pop him into the flex, depending on the level of players you have on your flex. Obviously, if your team has Pierre Thomas as your number 2, your team's going to have some struggles. But, it's part of
Pierre Thomas is a flex, maybe
total flex
60, 80 yards.
I would not have him as a number 2 running back unless you absolutely have to.
All right, receiver time.
Receiver time. I got Brandon Cooks. I'm going to go back to that one game, Atlanta versus the Saints. Again, I expect Brees to go off. He's a burner. Cooks cannot stop. I just expect the aerial arsenal to continue. We're going to go on a limb here.
You're right.
What do you think? How many yards do you think he has?
I think Cooks in week 1, big time slot guy. He could go. Who knows? He's a rookie, but I think 60 to 80, 60 to 90.
Everybody's like, Sammy Watkins is going to be the best rookie wide receiver. No, he's not. He's injured. He's got rib issues. He's on a horrible team.
Graham's getting a touchdown, but some other receiver or 2 are going to catch one as well in week 1. So Cooks could be that guy. We think he's going to be that guy.
I expect if you're in a league that gives out bonuses for 40-plus yards, 50-plus yard receiving, expect at least. I expect one of those.
Boom.
This game.
Tight end.
Tight end. I'm gonna go with Gates. Reason why they're playing the Cardinals. Again, that defense is really good. But here's the thing: they have tremendous pass rush, tremendous run-stopping defense. Well, obviously, the only thing they can do is they're going to pass the ball. Well, if there's no pressure on the quarterback, or so much pressure on the quarterback, what's the quarterback's favorite friend?
A dog.
No, the tight end, man. Check down city is what I'm anticipating.
Tight end.
All right, so get this.
But no, we're going to have a disagreement on this later, though, because I have actually Antonio Gates to sit him. Get ready for that.
Which I don't agree. And then as far as defenses and kickers go, too early to tell. I mean, you get the Rams defense. I think they're going to be huge. I'm against the Vikings. Again,
Shasley anticipate having a bad game.
Yeah, and Sean Hill's their quarterback. I think that offense is going to be in complete disarray. They're going to be on the field all the time. It's just going to be one of those things that they're going to have the opportunities to
lower them accordingly in our rankings.
Force turnovers, things like that. So, again, it's defense and kickers. I don't really care a lot about. One league, I don't even have a kicker. I don't care. They don't score. They have no value as far as I'm concerned.
Don't advise that.
But don't. I don't advise that.
Sign a kicker for the love of God.
It's a very special league.
It's a special league.
So, what are your starters?
All right, I have a lot of starters here. You guys can see them here on the screen. We're going to post them. So I'm going to run through them really quick, and you guys will see exactly why I picked them. Quarterbacks, I got 3 of them. I got 3 this week. Jay Cutler, big guy.
Eye on him.
Playing against the Bills, I think with a healthy receiving core, Bills don't look as good as we thought they do defensively through the preseason at least.
I feel like you really like Santonio Holmes.
I'm not a big Holmes guy, but I just think he's looked good. But I think with Marshall, Jeffrey, Bennett all healthy, Forte healthy, I see 250 yards and at least 2 touchdowns from Cutler week 1. Carson Palmer, he's my start of the week. I'm not saying start him over Brady, Breeze, or Aaron Rodgers. Start of the week. Hey, you don't start him over an elite guy, but if you have him and like Rivers, or let's say you have him and Nick Foles, go with Palmer this week. RG3. I think the Chargers have an improved secondary with Brandon Flowers. They still have the worst pass rush in the AFC West outside of the Raiders. Their pass rush is terrible. Palmer's got a healthy Fitzgerald, Floyd, John Brown, Ellington. I see 300 yards and 2 to 3 scores week 1 racket. In the last quarterback, I got Geno Smith. He's kind of my sleeper. You don't really want to start him unless you're in like a two quarterback league.
With the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets going against the Raiders. I think he'll get probably 250, 2 to 3 scores. I think he'll be a guy everyone's going to pick up and rush to the waiver wire to get.
Great. Rush for 50 yards or so.
Yeah, you
maybe push one in that way.
If you're going to start Geno Smith any game, I think this is maybe the best game to do it. Running backs, I got 2 of them. I got Andre Ellington, Cardinals. I usually don't do quarterback and running back in the same week, but I think Ellington will benefit a lot.
Very high on Ellington, actually.
Super high.
I hope he performs. I have him in a couple leagues, but
super high. Yeah, I think he'll get 10 to 15 carries, 60, 70 yards rushing. He'll get some receiving yards, 100 plus all-purpose, with maybe a touchdown or 2. He's going to look good. Week 1 Monday night against the Chargers. Alfred Morris, my second running back. I think the reason I picked Morris here is that the Texans are horrible, and the Redskins will actually have a big lead. And
I could see that.
Yeah, you go into the 4th quarter of the league.
They have a good defense, but they're very pass rush heavy with Clowney and Watt on the outside. I don't feel like those two can really stop the run.
Exactly. And I think that offense is horrible too. So if they have any lead at all, they're going to rely on Morris and probably Halou in the 4th quarter to pound it. I'm going to run through these next 4 receivers really quick here. Emmanuel Sanders, amazing chemistry with Peyton Manning. This will be his week.
Welker's out, obvious.
Well, Welker could be out. We don't know yet. We're recording this really early. But if he is out, definitely start.
With the new concussion rules, I'm anticipating him being out. You have to watch our competition. ESPN probably going to have to get that quick early notice on that because they have those insiders live in Denver County.
The big note I put here is that if Welker's in or out, I say start Sanders and flex regardless. I think he'll be that good. I put Macklin here and Antonio Brown.
Contract year.
Yeah, Macklin, contract year for him.
Macklin, contract year.
I think he's kind of like Gronkowski. When he plays, he does well. When he's injured, obviously he doesn't.
He's concussed.
He sucks. When his knee sucks, yeah, exactly. So start Macklin. Antonio Brown's the one that people are probably confused about. He's going against Joe Hayden. Last year, 80 yards and a touchdown, then 80 yards and nothing. He gets 80 yards every time he's the Browns.
So you're getting 8 points automatically, so that's perfect.
Uh-oh, we've got to hurry up. I'm going to read through the rest of these really quick, and then we'll just, you can read about them. We're going to actually release some news and notes about them separately online. You can look for it. Colby Fleener, big start this week. They're going to be losing all game to the Broncos. They're going to be passing early and often. Chase Samaro, Garrett Graham. You won't want to start them over your number 1 tight ends, but both these guys are going to get involved. Graham, they're going to have to pass all night, end zone target. Watch for him to pull a Scott Chandler, get 1 or 2 touchdowns, and dominate. Jets defense against the Raiders, definitely start them. If you're streaming defenses especially.
If you're big, just crappy D, just pick up whoever plays the Raiders this year. Perfect. Jets, week 1.
Mike Nugent's my kicker. I don't like to do kickers starter sit, but Nugent's going to be good. Who wants to meet the Nuge?